Haiti, population 10 million, making it the second most populous nation in the Caribbean, but also the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere. For several years, I've been going with the UCLA Chi Alpha Christian Fellowship team to a small village on the southern peninsula called Fondue. For the last 15 years, they've been helping an orphanage and helping out the surrounding area, and I recently came back from my fourth trip with them. We work with local churches in the area, distributing aid and helping with a variety of economic projects to bring stability to the region. We've helped fund the construction of a bakery, providing both bread and income. We've also funded a school for the younger kids. Maybe not a high quality school by American standards, but it works. As well as a church, all on the orphanage campus where people gather regularly to sing, pray, and share from the Bible. We also pay for the education of many of the children in the area, ensuring that there are opportunities for the future generation. One of the things we do at the orphanage is spend quality time with the kids there. Each trip, we always try to have one day where we take everyone over to a nearby beach to play. The view is beautiful, and the area has cleaned up quite a bit in the last few years. 6 years ago, I would find trash, rusted metal, even circuit boards along the beach. Now it's much cleaner and safer. We always have a lot of fun swimming, skipping rocks, or snacking on some sugarcane. I always bring lots of toys and gadgets with me whenever I join the team. This time around, I brought a little electric circuit kit, some battery powered robots, and an entire box of Kinects to play with. We took over the entire hallway and just spent a few hours playing and building things. The whole time I had kids calling me over to show me what they had made and help some of the younger kids figure out how to follow designs and put things together. Before we left, I did my best to distribute the toys among as many kids as I could. Willie here insisted I take a picture of him with the big purple robot I gave him. He's the oldest in his family, but with no father, he's the source of income for his family, even though he's still only a child. One of the things we were checking in on in this trip was the status of the chicken coop we've been helping out with. Up on the top of the hill, we have an old broken down chicken coop that we're helping reestablish. It was first built several years ago and was housing quite a few hens for laying eggs, but after it stopped being used, the roof was taken off and put on the school. For now, we're just trying to see if we can keep part of the coop operational and have just a few hens laying eggs. The challenge is keeping the hens fed the correct food for laying eggs. In order to keep the hens fed, the eggs need to be sold and some of the money saved for buying more feed. Unfortunately, the concept of saving money to be used in the future is a difficult thing to teach in a culture that is so used to only living day to day, and it's taken us a while. We were happy to see that since our summer trip, the chickens have stayed fed and the eggs have been sold for a profit. We gave them some money to buy a few more hens, and with any luck, in the next few years, we can have the rest of the coop rebuilt to be fully functional. Something to make a note of here. When we go, we don't actually build these projects ourselves or do the work. Instead, we bring money to hire people looking for jobs. You can probably imagine that the unemployment rate in the region is pretty high, so we help by creating jobs as simple as rebuilding a roof. Some of the people from our team actually own animals there, goats or pigs or other farm animals, and provide money for people taking care of them. We then have the caretakers keep the profit from raising the animals, like Sun Sun, who keeps the profit from selling the chicken eggs. Another big goal this trip was getting a new generator for the orphanage. There isn't electricity readily available in the area, so the orphanage relies on generators to produce electricity to power the pump for the water well and everything else that needs power. Last time we were there in June, there was a problem with getting electricity to power the pump, and we found a lot of the kids were extremely thirsty from lack of water. This time around, we made sure that that wouldn't be a problem again, and brought enough money to buy a new, reliable generator that would power everything they needed. We were ready to spend up to $10,000 for a new generator, but we managed to get one that gave all the power we needed for only 6,000. It was a great Christmas gift for the entire orphanage. Speaking of Christmas, an exciting thing we got to do this trip was hold a Christmas party for the village. We've done this in the past, not necessarily in December, sometimes in July, but it was great to have it in December this time. We gave out a lot of gifts and served a special meal for about 50 people. There was some singing, some heartfelt speeches, and a lot of fun.
And we get the five. So open your gift. Ready? Count it.
We also travel to nearby churches every trip, hold special services to share some messages, pray with people, and also bring financial support for the people. I've had the chance to preach at several churches on topics ranging from forgiveness to words in speech to stories of how God can even use weak and poor people to accomplish great things. Doing this consistently for 15 years has changed the region significantly. While voodoo rituals used to be heavily practiced in the area, that has died away significantly and been replaced with Christian churches and communities. Instead of following voodoo superstitions, dangerous rituals that can often involve blood and cutting and harmful procedures, churches have been planting and growing. We're also making sure our kids get a real education, even at the university level. One girl getting a nursing degree, another engineering, and other occupations as well. One of the best things of going to the same area each year is the ability to follow up with people and make sure the help we're giving is lasting. Speaking of lasting help, one of the girls on our team, Alicia, has been working tirelessly to promote economic growth through exporting Haitian goods. Her business, Alicia C., takes Haitian products like coffee or artisan goods and sells them in the US, then cycles the proceeds back to Haiti to fund education and more projects. Her mom was with us on the last trip, teaching some of the older women knitting in the hopes of producing more goods to export in the future. Alicia has a real passion to help people of Haiti, so check out her website to find a little more if you're interested. This trip was a short one, but we still accomplished a lot in that time. All the kids were coming up to me on the last day and asking me to bring down more things to build next time, so I guess I'll have to make sure that I can make another trip down this year. On the last day, we said some goodbyes, sang some songs, and left, knowing that we'll continue to keep going and supporting our friends for as long as we're able.